Good afternoon, everyone. It's April the 30th, 2024. I want to start this video off with just a little reminder what spring is supposed to be about. And it's supposed to be about a time of renewal and rebirth, and we're seeing, after the long winter, that's for sure. And we see the birds coming out and the animals coming out and the new babies being born, and we also see ourselves shaking those winter blahs too, and how do we do all that sort of stuff? And then of course we see the trees and we coming out with the leaves and the lush grass turning green as well. So we're all looking forward to spring turning into summer, so we can shed those winter coats and everything that we have to put on. But today I just find it kind of interesting that during spring, the other way we see things is the city shakes the blahs of winter. We see our street cleaners out diligently working to clean up our streets after the long winter haul and all the stuff that ends up on the streets and the leftover leaves and stuff, as well as the sidewalk cleaners. So we have a nice clean street. And I know most of us living in our city are pretty proud of our clean streets, and we do a lot of work to keep it clean. I mean, we have our definitely our community associations get together. We go out, we rake, we take the garbage out of the parks, out of our parks, and really clean up the place. So what happens this morning? I go, as you can see from my previous video on trash, I'm just walking down to the store, and this particular spot that I'm showing you on film, I've shown in previous videos, and you've seen it, where it's been a mess and the garbage all piled up there. And that's one place that the rats were running through the garbage and that, and how they tried to fence in the side of the building there. And so the small fence didn't work, so they had to put a higher fence in. But this is where we've seen the drug dealers coming, they deal in there, and then of course the addicts are in there and they're passed out after and you see them shooting up and whatnot. So this was really, really bad last year, but this year it started off not too bad at all. It's been quite clean there recently, because last fall, at least the shepherds, I can give them some credit for trying to help clean up the place in the city here, because they have their a block leader, and they have a team going around as well helping to clean up the streets for the garbage. And this place yesterday, when I went by, was totally clean, and then as you can see from the video, it's just a mess again. So I wanted to kind of explain, I think, how that trash ended up there, because I'm pretty sure those garbage cans were out to the front, probably waiting for the garbage truck to pick them up. Well, our trash has an interesting problem of running all over the place. And in this particular case, I think they were just dragged there because we have our dumpster divers, as I call them, because I've seen some interesting things. And the reason I call them dumpster divers is because they go in to collect cans and stuff from the dumpster. And one time I saw a dumpster diver, and he's head first, and he loses his balance, and he goes head first, of course, into the dumpster. And he's lying there flat on his back. He seems to be covered in leftover spaghetti, some egg, and whatever else is in there, and he's kind of wet. And I'm trying to imagine, I don't want to even have to imagine what he got wet with from the garbage in the dumpster. But this is why I call them dumpster divers. Well, these particular garbage cans, I believe, were just pulled to the side because I think our dumpster divers were also looking, and our homeless also go through the garbage. So they pulled them aside, looking probably for cans. And of course, like the garbage dumpsters, in the dumpsters, they just put things and they throw things around the dumpster. They don't even bother sometimes putting them back in. Or you see someone submerged in the dumpster, so you almost have to look before you throw more garbage in there, in case you bop someone on the head with a big bag of garbage. You just never know what you're going to find. Of course, I've also found some raccoons in the garbage, and boy, you definitely don't want to run into a raccoon either. So this was an interesting morning, finding this after all this cleanup, because even the shepherds, they were doing a good job. They were at least cleaning up that spot for us. And to see that today was really discouraging, especially after we're cleaning up the parks and everything. We have another park cleanup in our area coming up this weekend with the garbage bags, just bringing things together and really making the city look nice. And I mean, I'm I'm probably fourth generation born and raised in the city, and my grandchildren and whatnot are the next generations growing up in the city, but I was never taught to be sloppy or throw the garbage around, or boy. And of course, back in the good old days when it was a little city of Ottawa, not the amalgamated city of Ottawa. Heidi, stop knocking things. Excuse me, my dog's just knocking my stand apart here, and she's looking for some attention. Yeah, you can see her nose coming in here. But so when we had the little city of Ottawa, it seemed like our police department back in those days, you had no loitering, and certainly you had no throwing garbage and littering the streets, or you actually got fined for it. And you didn't want to get fined, and my parents certainly didn't want to pay a fine. So these are the things that have been happening back then. And of course, they don't have time today with all the crime in progress, and the city has expanded so much after amalgamation that these little things that meant so much back to the little city of Ottawa, everybody just loiters and throws their trash around. And of course, when looking for the cans, we used to have the beer store on Rideau Street down here, so they could cash in cans there. But it got so hectic down there with them cashing in cans, it just started looking more like a garbage dump outside the beer store, with all these people lining up to cash, homeless people especially, and the dumpster divers cashing in on the cans and that the beer store moved. But it's just a little update and a little bit of a video, the way things used to be, and how I see things. And so today it's just, I'm going to say, have a nice day, take care, be safe, watch your surroundings, and we'll talk to you again soon. And Heidi, you're being a good girl, but just get your nose out there, as you can see. Unless you want to come and say hello before I say off, well, you can see her face there. So she just wanted to say hello too. So we'll talk to you again soon, and everyone, have a good day. Bye-bye.